Welcome, everyone. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to the Loose But Complete podcast. I am your host, LaserPants. I am joined by this guy right here, Jeremy, authority figure. What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's up, man? What's going on?
Oh, not a lot. Just nothing.
Not a whole lot. You're right. It is Hump Day. The week is more than 50% over now, so that's always a good thing. Want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Bobby Collins, Greg Finstead, my good buddy Renato is here. KJ
Hi.
Smith.
Is that Toynado?
Toynado?
Renato, is that Toynado?
On Twitter?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, I think that's him. Super good guy. Super good guy.
Yeah, he's been retweeting all the shows, and yeah, shout out to him. If that is indeed.
I believe
Toynado.
that it is.
He said yes, sir. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Now, I don't know why this is happening, but we have a guest tonight. Personally, not a fan, but to each their own.
No. When you ran this idea, through me, I objected as loud as I possibly could, but here we are nonetheless.
Yeah, he kind of invited himself. So anyway, let's just get it over with. Tony's here from Animal Toys. Hi, Tony.
I've got to swap spots with Jeremy because this is your guys' show. You need to be
no, man.
on the top
You
there.
can get top billing. You can get top billing, no problem.
Jeremy, this is actually the first time I've had a chance to speak to you since you acquired your quarter scale nappy shitting new collectible.
Yeah. I
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. Fatherhood so far for these last 3 weeks has been fantastic. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's been great.
Good. And I was thinking before I came on, I was like, if he grows up to be half the man you are, he'll be quarter of a man. So let's hope he grows up to be a far better man than you are.
Jesus. I guess I had that coming.
Well, thanks for the intro, brother.
Yeah.
You strongly objected.
If he goes up to be half the man I am, he'll be a normal sized man. So that's there's always that.
I am the epitome of the average American male, right? As far as height is concerned, and all of that. So I'm not going to listen to your little short joke nonsense. Okay.
Average American male. I thought you were gender fluid. Anyway.
Oh God, I forgot my pronouns again.
The average American male. Oh,
yeah.
I wonder what Kanye West thinks about that. No, fuck. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone there.
Should we announce that 3POA has? I'm sorry, Loose But Complete has officially cut ties with Kanye West. The endorsement deal that we had with him is officially off. So, in case anybody was wondering,
unless he wants to give us money, then he's back in.
He's back in.
Come on, Kanye, cut me a check. You're in.
Yeah, old Yeezy sends us the $3,000 super chat. Yeah, you're fine. You'll be back.
So hey, speaking of super chats, we've got a couple. So
Awesome.
before we get into our weekly pickups, let's take care of these. We got one from my old nemesis, the Canuck. Thank you so much. He says, "Sorry, won't make it to view this live. Tired from work. Will catch us on the flip side. Keep up the great work, Laser Shorts, and the great Jeremy. Keep him in check, Jeremy." Like, no, that ain't gonna happen. We'll watch this tomorrow. Thank you, Canuck.
Thank you very much for the super chat. And it's a daily struggle, honestly, when you're dealing with a man child, like Ryan. You have to treat him like a child. So, but I don't think nobody really appreciates what I go through to keep this podcast alive. So thank you very much. I
think Tony appreciates it. He gets it.
I feel your pain, Jeremy. It's I helped Ryan and Bobby build the 303 POA. Then I gave it to Ryan, and then his fucking ego couldn't fit through the door anymore.
Yep, he's like that uncle that nobody likes, but you have to invite him because it's Thanksgiving, right? And so you just gotta push through.
It wasn't my ego; it was my midsection through the door.
No, you can fit through a door, Ryan. Your ego needs to go through a fucking garage roller door.
I have no ego. I don't know why you say that. People are going to take you seriously. All right. Super chats. Tony Robles. Thank you so much, man. He says, gotta work. Enjoy the day, fellas. A lot of people letting us know that they can't stay. But appreciate you so much, Tony. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Brian Dillingham, thank you. Hello, all. I don't understand why Hasbro won't make figures. People want like Ula, Hut Slayer Leia, or more Serpentors. Look, that's a whole show right there, probably.
You know, I saw I had an interaction with Chris in the Facebook group. You know, he was talking about the maximum order quantities for certain things, right? And there was a maximum of 2 for Serpentor, which there's not a whole lot of G.I. Joe fans that don't want a Serpentor, right? But it was the HasLab had a maximum of 5 on it. You know, so like, yeah, what's the sense in that?
Would you like to know why?
So I think I know the reason. They were already made, right? They had a quantity that was available, correct?
The HasLab? No,
not the HasLab. I understand how that works,
limit.
Ryan.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is HasLab has a limit of 5.
Right.
Because credit card transactions. They can't be that big.
Oh, okay.
There's the likelihood of them being declined is too high.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that why?
Mm-hmm. Because you can buy 5 and go back on the same account and buy 5 more. You can actually buy as many as you want, but it's separate transactions.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, Brian. And then we got one from Little Plastic Men, as always. Thank you so much. Have a great show tonight. I'll catch it in the morning. All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Killamogwai, thank you. He says, good evening, Geezer Rat and Laserbeard. Enjoy the show. Enjoying the show. Thanks, man. Geezer Rat. Yeah, you're only like, what, 3 years older than me?
Who, me?
Yeah. I'm 41.
I'm 45.
Okay, 4 years. Yeah, we're not that far apart. I look much younger, though. Wow.
I had a tough paper round.
Yeah, you did. You've seen some shit.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's funny, Tony, before you got here, that is precisely what Ryan and I were talking about backstage about the city miles you put on your body during, you know, active duty time. So, because I'm definitely feeling it at 40. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Killamogwai. M. Vargo. Thank you so much. He says, can't stay, but going to catch the replay while I'm supposed to be working tomorrow. Can't wait for the next Hasbro crossover. Power Rangers and Ninja 3 The Domination. That is a line I could get behind.
If you did the Power Rangers and Surf Ninjas, that would be great.
Yes.
But thank you very much for the super chat.
Jim Largo, thank you so much. Tony, finally somebody is classing up the joint. Nice to see y'all. I mean, you do have a nice shirt on.
Thanks, Jim, but I've got to be honest. I don't even know what the topic is tonight. I'm not even sure why I'm here. I've just worked 130 hours in 10 days. I finished yesterday and I said to Ryan, have you got a guess? Because I'm off tomorrow, first day off in 10 days. And then I decided to drink about 14 beers and not eat dinner. And I woke up with a bad hangover. I only just recovered about 20 minutes ago. I've been smashing coffee and Panadol and eating beans on toast, trying to recover.
That's a very British
thing. That's about to say, that's the most British thing ever. How does
toast?
Yeah, for sure. How does overtime work in Australia? Are there, like, at a certain amount, do they start giving you free koalas, or like what's the compensation once you've gone through a 40-hour work week?
Well, with my particular job, I'm on a salary, so I don't actually get paid overtime. They expect a reasonable amount of overtime, but what I've done, I've worked those 10 days, and now I've got a week off. Because I've worked I'm only supposed to work 40 hours a week, and I've done 130 hours in 10 days. So I don't go back to work now until next Thursday.
Oh, well, that's cool too. So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. We got a couple more here. Anthony Whitehead, thank you, man. He says, just showing love for the 3POA. Keep it going. Thank you so much, Anthony. And Marvelous Nerd, Rudy, what's up? He says, what's up, guys? Tony looks like he is in his mid-50s. Oh, that's the most
Tony looks like he was in his mid-50s 10 years ago. All right. So
Look, Marvelous Nerd, if you look this good when you're in your mid-50s, you will thank the gods.
I think Marvelous Nerd is probably in his 20s. I don't know. When you're in your 20s, everyone like 39 and up looks old.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marvelous Nerd. All right. Pickups. Now, we talked a little before the show, Jeremy, and you said you got quite a bit.
I did. I did get quite a bit this week.
Go for it. What'd you pick up, man?
First thing was this fresh ass haircut that I got today. I know everybody's enjoying looking at that. But past that, I got a pretty good sized box.
Supercuts, really?
From BBTS. Yeah. No, fantastic Sam. Thank you very much.
You went to your mom's house and she she got
Is this episode sponsored by Manscaping?
It should be the Lawnmower 2.0 with the flashlight feature. So my pickups, I got these two Crimson Guard.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Which
is one of those for me.
Very pleased with. No, they're not. Actually, sir, on a live stream you and I were on, you said you were going to get me an autographed Desert Rat. So if you want to trade an autographed Desert Rat for a Crimson Guard, I'm willing to do that.
Do you want it personalized?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do. Very much so.
Fuck you, Jeremy. Love Desert Rat.
This is fuck you, love Desert Rat. Dude, I would put that on the wall. I would display it like on the wall with a massive that picture of you and Michael from Joe Fest together where he's recreating the pointing photo, you know?
Yeah.
I would make space for that on the wall. My next pickup was Black Noir, NECA Black Noir from The Boys. With this cod piece in there that would make David Bowie from the Labyrinth, kind of
look at that.
Make him blush. Look at that thing.
It looks small.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that in the art right there. You see that dangler?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of highbrow content you get when you come to the Loose But Complete podcast, everybody.
That's what I wanted Bobby to do for Desert Rat, but you know.
he gave him that dump truck instead, though. You know, so it's all good.
Did Desert Rat tuck a roll of cookie dough into his pants? What's going on here with this? What's with this action figure?
Yeah.
Next thing I picked up, I got the diamond Sam Eagle, and because this is like one of the only modern lines that I'm actually like completing. Like I have everything so far. So can't wait to get this on the display.
Well, hold that up again, Jeremy. Hold that up again. I can't believe they've actually made action figures of the hosts of Loose But Complete.
Wait for two Muppets out here.
My eyebrows aren't that heavy.
Okay. Second to last, right? I got the Tila with Zor.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Man, cannot wait to get him on Castle Grayskull. I think it's going to look really, really cool. I wish they would have went with a darker gold color on her outfit. Like the classic one has a much darker gold on there.
That's almost yellow, not even gold.
It is. I mean, I don't think it's transferring very well on the webcam, but it's very gold. I'm sorry, very yellow gold.
No, it looks very yellow to me. Yeah.
So my last pickup, this came in yesterday. Ryan had asked me to if I wanted to do a show on Wednesday, and I said yes. So I knew the show was coming up today, and this showed up. And I purposefully did not open this because I wanted to do it live on the show. But my selfie series came in.
All right, let's see it.
Are we ready?
No.
All right, here we go.
That's a good sign.
Dude.
What the hell is that? That's not you. What is that?
That's the new.
That looks like that Jewish kid from American Pie.
It's It's the new martial arts character. It's jujitsu. Right? On that
Man.
sweet Snake Eyes body that we've never seen before. But man, I gotta tell you, I've seen worse, and I'm not just saying that because this one's mine. Like nobody thinks that they have an ugly kid, you know what I mean? But this one doesn't look as bad as some that I've seen. I got to be honest with you. For $60, no, I definitely overpaid. But we'll see how long it takes for the novelty of it to wear off. And I think it was right now. I think it's over. So, but anyway, that's it for me.
Okay. Tony, anything?
Oh yeah, man. So a number of things, but I'm very happy with this. This is the final GI Joe battle station that I needed.
Oh, nice.
This is the Cobra surveillance port. That's
Cool.
the next video is the next video I'm working on is called GI Joe Knowing is Half the Battle Station, where I'm going to review every mini playset that they created from. I think the first ones came out in '84. The Watchtower and Checkpoint Alpha and all of those. So so that turned up recently, and these aren't exactly pickups, but a lot of people have been asking me ever since I've been doing the Valaverse Action Force reviews. You often see this Humvee vehicle in my videos, and a lot of people are asking about what's the Humvee, what it's all about. I did a Patreon exclusive video about it. But I'm still getting asked the question, so I've decided to make a bigger video and actually show the remote control features, how it drives and everything like that. So I wanted to deck out that Humvee with a Action Force Desert Patrol, so a Desert Rat figure, but then a group of characters that can go with him. So we've got Desert Patrol Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, that's
cool.
a cool one. Yeah.
Desert Patrol Duster.
Nice.
And the Machine Gunner Desert Patrol Rollout.
Nice.
That's cool, man.
So I've been customizing these over the last couple of days. I've got a Condor as well, but I couldn't find him before I came
Okay,
here.
hey Tony, can you hold up the Duster again? I didn't see him. What did you swap around on him?
Very lit. So the rifle, I wanted him to have the M4.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of that. The Scar with the grenade launcher. Obviously, I've given all of these figures, a pair of Desert Rat's pants, and then I just added the Shamar around his neck. So
okay.
Put the tan plastic magazines. I think he comes with black mags originally.
Yeah, pretty easy little kit bash there.
Yeah. I just wanted to have a bit of uniformity. So, what we really need from Valaverse, it's very. I wanted to have Rollout with his sleeves rolled up like he is, but because of the cut, he's got that like aqua color, that turquoise kind of thing to his shirt. It doesn't go very well with a desert theme, and there isn't a lot of other options in the Action Force line apart from the Garrison Cavalry. For a person of color to have a different torso, so I had to give him long sleeves and gloves. So hopefully we get a few more options going for. What I would really like to see going forward is this basic kind of tank top type torso that we've had a couple of times now. This is Trigger's torso, obviously. With Sergeant Slaughter, we've had a grey tank top. No, we got that with Kerak, didn't we? The grey tank top with Kerak, and then the black tank top with Sergeant Slaughter version 2. So I'd like a rollout in the tank top. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe Rollout version 2. Now, what are you laughing about now?
Sorry, I was going back through the chat, and I guess when I had my selfie series up, they were tearing me to shreds in the chat.
Oh.
Jesus, man,
I thought you'd be used to it by now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's kind of what the chat does.
Oh yeah, for sure. They know where they're at. They know what this channel's about.
Oh yeah. Well, cool pickup stuff. That's one of my favorite things about Valaverse Action Force figures. It's the customizability, the kit bashing opportunities.
Modularity is key.
Yeah, man, it's so much fun. Articulated Ninja just put out a video today doing that with.
I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, with his Black Panther figures, and he's kit bashing them together. They looked really cool. All right. Let me get into my pickups, and then we'll go through some super chats, and we'll get to our topic.
Hey, Random Stuff Garage. I love you too. I do.
Not Chris. No, not him. All right. So I got this in. I haven't opened it yet, but man, I can't wait to. I got in the Mafex symbiote suit Spider-Man, which I have watched some reviews. It looks to be the one and done type of figure. Like if you want a symbiote Spider-Man, you get this one.
I haven't watched any reviews, but I have seen people raving about that figure on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I don't know about you, Jeremy, but my Walgreens, none of the Walgreens in my area, like of the 4 or 5 that I used to go to, none of them have figures anymore.
I used to go to those ones. So
yeah.
That's where you get your hair cut, isn't it?
I used to be the reason that your Walgreens didn't have figures.
He goes to the Walgreens pharmacy for haircuts. But they have started putting all their exclusive Hasbro figures up on their website, and they've been pretty easy to get.
Okay.
So they put up the 187th Battalion Clone Trooper.
Cool.
I was able to snag him, and I actually snagged Sentry yesterday. Rectangular posted a link, and I was able to grab that. And then thanks to Brian Rowland, I overpaid for this. He sends me pictures of his toys, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. I got to get it. So I picked up the Kama Sutra G.I. Joe figure. I mean, it looks. I think it's mostly the Storm Shadow body. I think.
Yeah, the Kama Chameleon.
Yeah, the Kama Chameleon.
Yeah,
but he is like a cool ninja. I guess in the comics he becomes the new Snake Eyes, which I hate when they do that kind of stuff. But whatever, I don't care. This is just a green ninja. So I got that, and then I got this Silver Surfer figure in the mail.
Now that was another the Walgreens exclusive Surfer.
I actually got this from Pulse. I got the Silver Surfer. He came with this
was he coming to Herald something?
Well, he came with some accessories.
Did he?
I mean, besides just the surfboard and the stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he came with actually another figure.
Really?
Yeah, he came with Morg.
Oh man, that's awesome.
First time in the line, Herald of Galactus Morg.
Yeah.
The bloodthirstiest Herald of Galactus. So I got Morg. He was packed in. And then he came packed in with Nova.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, a 3-pack. That's great.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know. Nova with her flame base.
What was the what was the Build-A-Figure for that wave?
Oh, there was no Build-A-Figure, but it included one other accessory.
Yeah.
In the box.
Okay.
This thing right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, it's fine, you know.
It's
the lights on. Whatever. Yeah, it's a nice little tchotchke, nice little pack in for Silver Surfer. There he is.
Yeah, sorry, we lost a desert nap down there.
I gotta burp him.
Yeah, look that. He's showing off his Galactus. You know, that is the toy collector version of a
Look at it! Look at it! Look at that proud father! Right? Look at that proud papa.
The toy collecting version of what, Tony?
A midlife crisis. You should have just got a convertible and.
Well, his Bratz car that he won't shut the fuck up about is convertible. So
you mean this convertible? I would put Galactus in the Bratz car, maybe. I don't know, not quite the right scale, but we could.
Galactus going potty.
All right. Yeah, that's my pickups.
That's man, that's okay. So, unbiased initial impressions about Galactus. Go.
Oh man, I gotta say, after getting the Sentinels and being pretty let down.
Yeah.
Even though the Sentinels look good on the shelf, I don't move them around too much. But Galactus, I was blown away. I was like, this is no issues with it at all.
No issues whatsoever.
At least one.
How many did you buy?
I didn't buy 5. I bought two.
Well, the Sentinels are army builders, but
I
you
bought
bought
two.
two.
You want one?
If you want to give me one, go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh, I would.
tell you what, I will take. Now, I made a previous arrangement with Tony that I'm willing to break. I will trade you a Crimson Guardian. For
Crimson Guardian.
Yeah, I'm sorry, a Crimson Guard. Jesus, I will trade you a Crimson Guard for that Galacti. Is that would that be the plural of Galactus? Is that Galacti?
Would you settle for a Bratskar?
No, I don't want to have anything to do with that. To be honest with you,
That actually is the right color scheme for the Crimson Guardian.
If you don't have a
hang on now.
Bratskar with your Crimson Guard, you're not even a real collector.
Okay, hang on now. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in my head. It might work.
I mean, all right. That was my whole. Oh, he came with these faceplates, which are cool.
Scuba Pete, I love Crimson Guardians of the Galaxy.
The skull one is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Anyway, yeah. All right, let's get to some super chats, and then we'll bash on Hasbro since I just praised them a little bit.
Okay, so one more thing about Galactus, right?
Yeah.
The price tag on that. Are you satisfied with the amount of money that you paid for that product?
I think $400 was a fair price for this thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Considering it was a complete package.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's 6 inches taller than the Sentinel.
Right. Yeah, I know it's a big, and the Sentinels are big. I've only seen a couple in. Well, actually, the only time I've seen one in person was at your house. But yeah, they were very large.
I actually do have one complaint about Galactus since we're still talking about it.
Okay.
It came with something big that is completely useless to me. It could have easily been a fourth figure, but we have Jesse Falcon to thank for this stupid thing. Now, it looks good. This Doomhead looks good. But from what I've been told, and I never read the comic, this shows up in one panel in a comic book. And this is an accessory included with it.
What one panel of one comic is that's a pretty deep cut.
Look, Ryan, I like how you're sitting here complaining about it, but then you actually went out and bought 2 Galacti, so you can have one with the Doomhead and one without. So
no, I bought one.
And to say that you think $400 is a fair price, come on, we all know what you like, Ryan. You know it's probably only worth $200, but you love Hasbro so much that you wanted to give them 100% tip.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't love Hasbro as much as I hate you.
I heard he sent an email. He paid for another one and sent the email, says, "Hey, I don't even need the other Galactus. That was just a $400 tip for everything that you're doing for us." But then I mean, they had to send him the extra Galactus. So
God, I feel dirty now. I really have to start bashing Hasbro. So let's get through these super chats. Drew G says laser shell. Oh man, I like it. All right.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Marvelous Nerd says, I'm actually 35. Oh, you look young. Thank you, Marvelous Nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually 26.
Luca rocks. I love the refreshing takes on this channel, unlike some other influencers who only review figures they like. What's that all about? LOL. Thanks. I don't know.
Are we influencers? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Luca.
I try to influence Ryan to be a better host on this show all the time, but it's not working.
Look, the only person in the world that I want to influence is my wife, and I've been trying for 10 years and got fucking nowhere.
All right. Colossal Customs wants to know, Jeremy, with BBTS and you being in Wisconsin, how long does it take for them to ship to you? It takes about 1.5 weeks to get down here in Texas. It takes like 2 weeks to get to Washington.
Yeah. You know what? I want to say like 48 hours, right? 48 to 70 from the time I get the notification that says, hey, or from the time I clear out my pile of loot, hit the button to clear out my pile of loot, to the time that there's a box on my porch is about 72 hours. Yeah.
I love Ted. I love Ted Millick.
I really wish that Big Bad Toy Store would chill out with their packaging, with the massive big BBTS all over the
everyone
box.
knows what it is.
I really wish they would do something more discreet.
You're going to get a FedEx guy that collects, and he's gonna be like, "Oh,
yeah." And so you see the type of boxes that, because I'll wait till like the maximum time allotted to clear out my pile of loot. So usually my BBTS box is like substantial in size, and it's just like it's sitting there waiting for a porch pirate to come and snag it. So,
if I had a job with FedEx, what I would do, I would go around and I would buy all of those Marvel Legends Eternals figures on clearance, and every Big Bad Toy Store box I was going to deliver, I'd just open it up and swap them out, and then see if they just blame Big Bad Toy Store for sending the wrong crap.
Well, so that's the thing. I was living in the Tacoma, in the Seattle Tacoma area, the SeaTac area, same word, place that Ryan is in right now, and we both had issues with FedEx at one point in time, where there was a box that did have collectibles in it, right? Toys, whatever, says that it got delivered, right? Your package has been delivered. The fuck it did. And so after I sent my inquiry in about it, it was like, it wasn't even 2 days. It just magically showed up, beat to shit. Right. So yeah, there you have it.
Yeah. Trouble Turtle just mentioned it. I had one that just went off the grid for like a week and a half.
Yeah. And
then it showed up on my porch, opened.
After you submitted an inquiry about it.
Yes.
Had you not done that, your product would be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ted Millick says Jeremy influenced me to not get my hair cut at the same place he did. I like Ted a lot.
Yeah.
I like Ted. Ruckaman Chris sent an Instagram message. My friend's mom has secretly been collecting action figures for years and gave them to me. Please let me know. I mean, that's cool. Let you know what.
Yeah.
Okay, but more to follow on that. More to follow.
I think I'll let you know that I think that's cool that she gave them to you.
Yeah, for sure. That is really cool.
Or is it let me know that you got the Instagram message?
Oh, I have not got the Instagram message, but I will check after the show. Yeah. If that's what you meant. Thank you for the super chat, man. TJ, what's going on? He says, hey, all from India again. Initially started with Valiverse Slaughter and Weapons Pack. Recently ordered 14 figures to Army build. Loving Valiverse. Nice, man.
How many Valiverse figures have you got, Ryan?
Oh, I don't know if I want to say. We'll go with like a cool 50.
A cool 50.
I mean, more than that, but
yeah,
I haven't counted.
Fuck! I've got 20 desert rats. So
if you look behind me, it's dark above the details, right? I need better lighting up there. But 8 details and all the way across is Action Force.
It's actually having seen it in person, it's a pretty impressive Action Force display. Probably the most impressive thing about it is how few figures of those Action Force figures are on the display stand, because the cool thing about Action Force figures, they just fucking stand on their own. So
my Action Force stands,
it's really cool to look at.
My Action Force stands are in my G.I. Joe display above my head right here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, TJ, so much for the super chat. We got Hank the Tank. Hank the Tank. Love that movie. You guys ever see Old School?
Yeah. When it came out like 20 years ago.
It was Frank the Tank, though, but Hank the Tank. Yeah, that works.
It works. It's cool.
Thank you so much. He says, finally found Crocmaster and Fiona at a Walmart that's almost never fruitful and had to brag a little. Love the show you boys do. Thank you so much, man. Congrats on finding that Crocmaster. That is a good crocodile.
Yep. Awesome pickup, man. Thanks for the super chat, dude.
Another one from TJ from India. Retailer selling Galactus for US $880 in India. Now, that's not worth it.
No.
That's too much. They're not even selling for that on the secondary market over here. They're $600 to $700 is what I'm seeing them sell for. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah, awesome.
And
Hey,
then
we've got 199 people watching, which is really, really good viewership for a Wednesday night.
yeah.
We've only got 14 likes. What the hell are you doing in the chat there?
I'm seeing
Get
59.
on that like button. Get on that dislike button. Dislike Ryan's Bratz car. Smash it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Let's go.
now
Yeah,
Ted Darkclaw is a man of exquisite taste. He says, "I love my Bratz car." Thank you, Ted.
Okay. Yeah, I guess to each his own.
No,
each his own.
no, it's not objective. It's the best toy ever.
And you invented it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and you invented it. That's awesome.
And then Renato with the super chat. Thanks. He says, "Brothers, love you all. Love this show. Opening Mythic Legions while watching. Don't forget about Legions Con next week and the Necronominous wave."
Mhm.
Okay. Cool,
Yep.
man. Hey, look, thank you. Love you too. That's Toynado or Toynado. I don't know how you pronounce it. Toynado on Twitter. Everyone follow him.
Yeah, check him out. Renato's a great guy. Sucks you can't make it to Legions Con this year. I will be there. You can enjoy it vicariously through me, sir.
Okay. Yeah, one of these times I'll make it over to the East Coast.
Yeah,
an
man.
action figure line I don't collect.
there's a lot there's going to be a lot of stuff at Legions Con that isn't necessarily like just Legions related, but their customizing community is on a whole nother level, like a whole nother level.
I'm in some Legions groups and they do some cool stuff, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very impressed. Renato is actually getting into it. He's starting to do his own customization stuff. So anyway, we're getting off topic.
Cool, right on. Robert Diaz, thank you so much. He says, after buying Alder the Moose at Kane County, I am gutting my Legends collections for Mythic Legions. That moose looks pretty freaking cool. I hope you had a good time at Kane County.
Oh, that's the one in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to go to that. It's like 4 hours south of me.
Yeah, man. Next year, or the next one, I'll fly out.
That's the one that you told me earlier this year. You were like, you have to go to that one. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm going.
One in the country, man. You have to
go. Missed it. I guess next year's my year for sure.
Even here in Australia, we know that the Kane County Toy Show is like one of the biggest toy shows in America.
Even here in Australia, we know the Kane County.
Tony, he'll be at JoeCon next year, or Velicon. Jeremy will.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You got to for that one. You got to. That was a horrible impression.
It was. I was mocking. It was meant to be.
And John Garrett, thank you so much for the super chat, John. Appreciate you. All right, Tony, go ahead.
Off topic a bit, Jeremy. Right?
Yeah.
I'm writing this script about the radio controlled Humvee that I've got for my Action Force figures. Right?
Okay.
And whenever I'm writing a script, and you're talking about one particular item, you want to be able to refer to it in more than one way. An example, right? When I was writing my Batman script,
right,
so that I don't have to keep saying the word Batman all the time, you can call him the Dark Knight and think, world's greatest detective. Mm-hmm. There's different sayings there. So with a Humvee, do Americans ever call it a Hummer?
Yes. Civilians refer to it as a Hummer.
Oh, well, the Humvee is the military vehicle, and a Hummer later on was a regular, GMC made.
Yeah, because
soccer mom car.
It's weird to refer to that, right?
Well, you see, in the UK, a Hummer is also a sex act.
It's the same thing here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's except with less beans and toast on it. But.
Should I call the video? Should I call the video the best Hummer I've ever had?
Yeah. If you no balls. If you don't do it now.
All right. Before we are permanently demonetized, let's talk trash about Hasbro. Now, look. I get they've made every action figure there is to make so far. So they're starting to cross stuff over. Stuff is getting watered down. So we're getting Power Rangers X Cobra Kai crossover line. I don't know about you guys, but what I've always wanted was Cobra Kai figures on Power Ranger bodies.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go on a limb, right, and make the assumption that literally no one asked for this. Right? I can't sit here and think and do my Doctor Strange meditation and think of any scenario where someone would have put not just saying Karate Kid, right? Because that's the original like 3 movies, right? But specifically Cobra Kai and Power Rangers together.
I want to be clear. I like, the first. I have nostalgia for the first like season of Power Rangers, maybe 3 seasons. I like Cobra Kai quite a bit.
Cobra Kai.
I would buy Cobra Kai figures if they were good. I'm not
Right.
buying the Diamond Select ones. They look like crap.
Packaging was great though.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never watched Cobra Kai, but isn't Daniel LaRusso in Cobra Kai a car salesman?
Yes.
So he can go with your Bratz car there and try and sell that to Kerak or something.
Not in a ninja suit.
No, I don't mean this figure. Like if they just made a Daniel LaRusso figure, yeah.
Right.
But he does, however, use his former karate gimmick as a salesman, right? Because he's making commercials for it because he owns the dealership, right? So he's making commercials for his car dealership, and he's doing his like, hey, and all that. So
because we all know
is that
competitive karate guys are so famous.
Well, I mean, he was the All Valley champ. So
yeah,
is that like Chuck Norris selling the action jeans back in the early 80s?
More like him selling the Bowflex.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. What is more useless? The Power Rangers Cobra Kai crossover or Christmas themed Star Wars Black Series figures? Or even Halloween themed Star Wars Black Series? What's more useless?
Okay. Unpopular opinion. There's a couple of those Christmas Black Series figures that I would put out during Christmas time. A couple of them just look pretty cool. I know. Unpopular opinion. But
popular opinion, the Star Wars stuff is more useless because at least this you can do a head swap and have like a ninja figure, or I mean that doesn't look anything like Daniel LaRusso anyway.
No, even the aged up version.
Cooper.
Huh?
Looks like Chris Cooper.
Exactly. And shout out to Andrew David, aka True G, because that is Chris Cooper. Look at that. That's a great Chris Cooper head sculpt.
It's pretty uncanny likeness there. But yeah, good eye, Chris. It's really funny.
I know what this is. Chris Cooper ordered 1,000 selfie series figures and then sent them back, and they had to do something with them. So he said, "Let's try and pass it off as Daniel LaRusso in a Power Ranger outfit."
Yeah.
This is Chris Cooper's selfie series figure.
This is if this is based off of the an older version of Daniel LaRusso, I'm going to say this is worse than my selfie series, Snake Eyes. So
Daniel LaRusso's hair isn't even that color.
Given the fact that Snake Eyes was disfigured under the mask, it's still.
This hair color is almost like the same color they use for Old Man Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel LaRusso in the show still has a full head of black hair, which he's probably using a couple bottles of Just for Men to keep it black because he's like 60, right?
I think so. Yeah,
he's almost as old as Tony.
What do you mean you think so, Jeremy? You know so. You do the same thing. Go to the same barber.
Yeah, the pharmacy at Walgreens. So we got Chris Cooper coming to the Power Rangers collection.
I thought your camera froze for a moment there, Jeremy. You were just in disgust.
It's whatever.
Now here's
My
Colossal
mom says she
Customs.
likes it, so whatever.
Here's Colossal Customs, just completely
I'm
out of
just
pocket.
jealous, bro.
Completely out of pocket with this comment. I seen the Daniel LaRusso actor up close at a con, and he does look like this figure. Look, you are not allowed to disagree with us on this show. Okay, Daniel? That is your real name? Customs? Thank you.
Yeah. So any dissenting opinion from what the hosts of this
Out.
show have gone.
Where
Sorry,
are the
buddy.
mods?
You
Ban
gotta
him.
go. Right? Will not be tolerated at all.
Kick Colossal Customs immediately. Wait, no, don't.
Yeah.
Someone
Your comment was bad, and I hope you feel bad.
All right, let's move on past this not Daniel LaRusso figure, the Chris Cooper figure. At least he has a masthead, so you could just have like a white ninja Power Ranger. There you go.
Yeah, but I think that figure already exists, doesn't it?
It does. And
Okay,
it
so
was on clearance, but maybe you missed it. I don't know.
So pay premium price for this one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, these will only be $35.
Only?
I
only?
made that up.
Yeah.
Now they made the putty into young Johnny Lawrence in his skeleton costume from Karate Kid 1. But one of the kids showed up in a skeleton costume in
It was
Cobra
all
Kai.
it was all the Cobra Kai, their little
In Karate Kid it was, yes.
in Karate Kid, yeah.
But I think in Cobra Kai, I think one kid had the skeleton costume. At a party.
I don't know, man. I didn't.
You haven't watched it?
I noped out after season 2, I think. So
Oh, dude.
wait, no, I saw season 3. I did.
Bobby Collins says, "Sweep the chin." Oh, it's like Michael French in his Eternals video. The color of warm semen.
Yeah, color warm semen on the most buxom Marvel Legend figure in existence.
Yeah. Now, look, I would take a Johnny Lawrence in the skeleton costume all day long, or even just a Cobra Kai kid. You know, I forget which one it was. That'd be fine. But
I think if they were using their powers for good instead of evil, right, and then they gave us classic representations of like the first Karate Kid movie,
yeah,
right, that would be great. You know, if we got a Mr. Miyagi, I mean, you know what, I'd even buy Daniel's mom straight up, in a 1/12 scale car that you got to pop the clutch on, right? That would be great. But this, I don't get it, and I'm kind of glad that I don't get it, because it just seems like it seems like desperation had something to do with this, right? We need to put something out. What do we got? And
maybe they couldn't just get the full-on Karate Kid or Cobra Kai license, and so they could only get some weird license where they had to kit bash it or something. I don't know, but this is just weird.
I'm not sure. Yeah, and it's very baffling. It's very confusing. I don't understand the thought process behind this. I don't understand who they thought the target audience was, and who the customer for this was going to be. But you know, whatever. Hopefully nobody buys it. Well, you know what? I'm not saying that. Buy what you like. If you love this, buy it. I hope it's the best thing that you've ever put in your collection.
Yeah. Okay. I will say the Cobra Kai Tampo looks pretty clean, but this also looks photoshopped all to hell. Like this looks like really bad Photoshop.
Yeah, if you look at the look where the hand goes in front of the background there, those two images were not taken simultaneously.
No.
From someone who's an expert at bad Photoshop, I can tell you that those images were not taken at the same time.
Oh, if I see people asking what this is. So in Power Rangers, this is a putty. This is one of the minions of Rita Repulsa, who is the main villain of the show. If that probably doesn't help at all, but that's what this is.
She's the main villain in MMPR.
Yes.
Yeah.
But instead of wearing his normal gray costume, he has the Johnny Lawrence skeleton costume for reasons. And then we get from Cobra Kai, Johnny Lawrence's daughter, whose name escapes me. Is it Samantha?
No, that's Danny's daughter.
Yes. Daniel LaRusso's daughter. Samantha LaRusso? Is that it?
Yeah. So Johnny's
looks
kid,
like her.
Johnny's kid is Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is older than me.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Kind of looks like him though.
He's just got that '90s kid look. You
He
know what I
does.
mean?
It's the hair. It's the
It could
butt
be the
cut.
hair.
He had
He's
the
just
butt
got-
cut, dude.
he's
the
just-
part
he's
down
got-
the middle.
There's a phenomenon that I'm calling now '90s face. He's got '90s face all over him.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she's got a turd draped over her shoulder.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, she is grimacing a lot in that show, if I remember correctly.
She does.
Yeah, she's not very often is she a very
She's
happy
grimacing
camper.
because she's got a big turd on her shoulder.
she's,
Uh,
she's grimacing because she knows Cobra Kai is going to end her career. So
yeah. So weird direction to go in with these.
Yeah.
But Playmates has been doing the same thing. They did Turtle and Karate Kid crossovers,
it did.
and Street Fighter and Turtle crossovers, which makes more sense to me because they're both kind of fantasy type of properties.
Well,
like they fit.
TMNT did have one-on-one fighting game, very similar to
Okay.
Street Fighter. So
This is just out of left field. This is just so weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's coming from Hasbro. I think it's another failed line. Probably won't last. They're also doing Power Rangers crossover with Street Fighter, which the first two look kind of cool, and then they did Cammy, and it just looks horrible. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, that Cammy's weird. That Cammy's
Even
weird.
though some of it looks kind of cool, it's not something I'd go in on. Not at their $25 to $30 price point for these things.
Yeah. You
All
mean
right.
to tell me that that's worth half of a selfie series?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh.
I won't hear
I said it somewhere online. The selfie series is like the person if they were a character from N64's GoldenEye.
That's pretty accurate. Actually,
That's what the selfie series is, man.
yeah,
Like
that's
if you
pretty-
took Oddjob, the actor,
it's pretty
and made him
accurate.
into a selfie series, he would look like Oddjob from Nintendo 64's GoldenEye.
I really want Pierce Brosnan to do one now.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on from this. Something I'm very excited for. It's from a company that doesn't traditionally make action figures, but they're getting into them. They've recently been doing Universal Monsters, which have been okay looking, but they got the Street Fighter license, and that is
Jada. Yeah.
Jada Toys, and these look pretty damn good. And they're going to be $25. They're at the Marvel Legends price point, and they scale with your Marvel Legends.
How much are they?
25.
Oh wow. Oh man. See, I see butterflies already.
Mm-hmm.
This, as someone who missed out on the Storm Street Fighter figures, right? I think this would be a great alternative if you're looking to get into Street Fighter, which I very much am. It's funny, Renato and I were talking about this like 4 or 5 days ago because he has a really cool collection of the Street Fighter figures, man.
From Storm or from SH Figure Arts?
No, his are the Storms.
So Storm are really big.
Yeah, they're huge. That
Figure Arts-
Zangief is like
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this is like a more affordable line that you can mix with your other like domestic lines, which is pretty cool. I hope they can get the Mortal Kombat license because I have a lot of the Mortal Kombat stuff from Storm.
Right.
But again, they're huge. They're like
Right.
110, 1/9 almost scale.
Yeah. At this, hey, look, if they're at the $24.99, what'd you say, $29.99?
No, $24.99.
At the $25 price point, getting into the line, that sounds good to me.
I don't think they're going to be out probably till next year. They showed them for the first time at San Diego Comic-Con, and they tweeted this out like a couple days ago, and I think they look cool.
Yeah. What do you know? What are they doing pre-orders for it or what's going on?
They are not open yet.
Okay.
But I did sign up for the Jada Toys newsletter, so as soon as they do, I'll be sharing that link out.
Okay, awesome. KB says, I'm a huge Street Fighter guy. These look pretty sweet. I agree with you. And like I said, as someone who's lamenting not getting in on the Storm ones from the get-go, I think these are going to be my Street Fighter figures right here.
Yep. I mean, look, your Marvel Legends, you got a lot of Marvel characters in Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's very true.
And now we got some Street Fighter figures from Marvel vs. Capcom. You can mix them up. They're going to be the right scale. That's like, I'm really excited for that. Finally.
That's a very good point too. That's a very good point.
I mean, I have almost all the Street Fighter figures from Message Figure Arts. They're just slightly too small. They're great figures, but they're just a little bit too small for that. Okay. So moving on from this. Now,
that's the thing about that SH Figure Arts scale, though. They articulate great. They look fantastic, but they're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like they're the Fwoosh Ninja size.
Yes.
You know, like when you put them next to Legends or Classified, they're just a little bit too short.
So did you guys back the His Tank? Well, Tony, I know you didn't, right? Jeremy?
I did not. I've made the statement multiple times that I have not backed any crowdfunding projects from multi-billion-dollar corporations, and that stands true to this day, sir.
So did you back the His Tank? I'm sorry, I don't listen to you ever. So what?
You know what? I hope you're the victim of identity theft. Honestly, I hope somebody just ruins you financially.
Oh God.
But yeah, so the short answer is no. I feel like I've said it multiple times. Maybe you should pay attention to the things I say, and that would, we would avoid the scenario where you ask useless questions. So I feel that you really should
money on your second Galactus, Ryan.
Yeah, I think you need to apologize to the chat and everyone viewing this in the future for wasting their time.
Well, I guess we'll never find out if Jeremy backed the HasLab His Tank.
It's one of the mysteries the world will never solve.
I mean, he won't answer me. So. Now, look, they put up the tactician up for vote. Whoever backed it gets to vote on which one they want included with the His Tank. And I got this from a G.I. Joe group, and I forgot to include the person's name who posted it. But look how the fine folks at Hasbro spell alpha. As far as I'm not the best at spelling.
Like the 80s alien Alf?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They got Foxtrot right.
They did get Foxtrot right. As someone that uses the phonetic alphabet on a daily basis, I can tell you that F has a PH like phone.
Not at Hasbro.
Not at Hasbro. They do. That's weird.
Yeah. Alpha. There's no alphas at Hasbro. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. All betas.
That's being generous. Okay.
All betas.
I just wanted to show that. I thought that was hilarious when I saw that. So
Alfalfa.
Shout out to whoever posted this in whatever G.I. Joe group that was. Man, I forgot to get your name. All right. Moving on.
I do kind of like that blue and silver one, though. The Tactician Foxtrot.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I'd probably go... Actually, I'd probably go with the Alpha. I like just the red symbol on the black on black. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because we've never seen that before. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan.
Oh, I wish you were dead.
You mean helmeted Baroness over there? I wish you were dead. At least when
that out loud? Was that out loud?
When I wished ill upon you, sir, at least it was financial ruin, right? Not being deceased.
I didn't think that was out loud. Sorry.
Good.
But since it's out there now, I do wish you were dead.
Said the quiet part out loud.
Now, Tony wanted to talk about this crap.
Why?
I don't collect. The retro Star Wars.
Look, I have
the
sat
Jedi.
here respectfully keeping my mouth shut through all of that Power Ranger, Cobra Kai, Street Fighter dog shit.
It was fun to make fun of.
Look, Ryan, I hope you get your beard caught in the garbage disposal. Now, this is the fourth wave of these, technically fourth. So they've done a series from the first movie, a series from Empire Strikes Back, now Return of the Jedi. They've also did a retro collection for Mandalorian, but obviously we didn't have those figures when we were younger. So 6 figures in the range. They'll most likely come out with a never before released figure. I don't know what it's going to be. I hope it's going to be a Death Star dual Luke Jedi. But I don't want to pay $50 for the board game it's going to come with. I don't know why, right from the very start when Hasbro came out with the retro collection, why they didn't go for the last 17 Star Wars figures that came out on the Power of the Force cards. The ones that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars to collect today, because I have every single vintage Star Wars figure outside of the last 17. I'm not paying that money. There's a lot of other collectors out there like me who are willing to, they want to collect vintage. They've probably got the vast majority of the run from Star Wars through to Return of the Jedi, and then are priced out of the last 17 figures. That Lando complete, you can get a vintage one for not much more than the cost of this reproduction.
So the final 17, ballpark it. Like, what does one of those go for?
Well, they're varying in price. Like a
Right.
pop-up Saber R2D2 in good condition, $400-500.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yep, you heard him.
A pop-up lightsaber R2D2 loose with an original lightsaber in good condition with a nice sticker, $400-500.
Good God. Okay.
I
had no idea. No idea.
A Death Star gunner in good condition, with the logos on the shoulders and an original vintage blaster, probably $300. But then you get figures like Barada, Imperial Dignitary. They're only around like the 180-200 range.
So let me real quick, Tony. I'm sorry to cut you off. If you were to make a respectable bid on the last 17, all complete, loose, as a set of 17, what do you think that bid would be?
Loose but complete.
Loose but complete.
$6,000.
Whoa. Okay.
Dang.
Maybe more. Ask Bobby. He's recently completed the run.
Jesus. Big time Bobby got that Action Force money coming in.
Well, he did get the Luke in Stormtrooper disguise as a gift from Michael at Retro Blasting, and I hand delivered it. When I left Retro Blasting and went back to Rhode Island, Bobby had his friend pick me up from the airport, and I pulled up at the office. I got out, and the first thing Bobby said was, "Where's my Luke?" I was like, "Yeah, hi, bro. Fucking, how you doing?"
I like it.
So that's very interesting. I had no idea. I don't have an interest in vintage Kenner Star Wars. So
I do, but I don't really have an interest in the last 17 because they were never on my radar as a kid. The only ones I ever saw was Anakin in his robes, because he's part of the last 17, but he was also a mail away figure. And one kid down the street from me had a Luke and Stormtrooper disguise. That's the only one I ever knew of when I was a kid, and I've managed to get a perfect Stan Solo reproduction. So
nice.
All of the other last 17 figures, I don't have a great amount of interest in. As and when Stan Solo comes out with repros of them, I do pick them up. I've got a really nice General Lando, Death Star gunner, all of those figures, because you can get them for $30 rather than $300-400. So
right. Well, that makes sense. I did get that Stan Solo Boba Fett just because of the fact that I did have that Boba Fett when I was a kid. It was a hand-me-down toy from an older cousin. But I used to mess with that thing a lot.
Yep. And Retro Blasting says, "Don't worry, Jeremy. One day those Dragonheart figures will command those prices."
Go ahead.
No. By all means, go ahead, Ron.
I was just wondering if you were to have, that pop-up lightsaber R2 mint on card. Are we talking thousands?
Yep.
Good Lord.
Yep. Mint on card with the coin, you're looking at if it's graded, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If it's
Yeah,
Oh.
I've got a mint carded pop-up Saber R2D2 with the coin from Stan Solo. It's like 50-60 bucks. And it's beautiful.
I gotta say, this looks exactly like the vintage figure that I had. This Leia Bausch.
The problem with these Hasbro Retro Collection figures, someone sent me the Empire line. I think it was the 7 Empire figures. A supporter of the channel sent me those. The Stan Solo figures are superior because although these look the same, when you actually handle them, the plastic is really gummy. It doesn't feel like Kenner plastic. The joints don't have the same kind of feel when you articulate the limbs, whereas Stan Solo, it actually feels like the same plastic.
Gotcha.
It feels like a 30-year-old toy that the plasticizer is deteriorating in, except it's brand new. You know?
Yeah.
Yes,
Something
Michael
like
is a little under the weather, so yeah, feel better soon, man.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Michael.
I'll send you a Dragonheart figure. It'll perk you right up.
So, do any of these stand out to you, or are you going to collect these ones, Tony?
I've got them all vintage, so
yeah.
You know, I suppose the reason I wanted to discuss these, I'm just like, what's the point? None of these figures are particularly difficult to get vintage. Okay, they're not cheap, but they're not last 17 crazy prices. You know, you can get these figures complete. I mean, Star Wars stuff is getting a bit ridiculous, but I got most of these around. I completed most of the run of the first 87 figures, minus a few, probably about 5-6 years ago. You know, I was paying $40, $50 for a complete figure. That's Australian dollars. So, you know, $30 US.
Yeah,
but
the Emperor here, wasn't he originally a mail away? But he showed
there were a lot of Star Wars figures that did like 1 year as a mail away and then came out carded the following year. So Dengar was originally a mail away. Obviously, it all started with Boba Fett.
Yep.
Admiral Akbar was a mail away and then came out on a card the following year. The Emperor's another one. Yeah, a lot of Star Wars figures were mail away at one point. Nine Num, I think, as well.
The last one was Anakin?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Anakin in his Jedi robes, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so there they are. The retail on this must be close to 12, 15.
I'm not sure in the States. For some reason I want to say $17.99, but I could be wrong.
So yeah, probably $12.99 here then, I would guess. I know when they first came out they were $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got the price hikes, and $9.99 seems okay, that's fine. I mean, it still seems like a lot for these, but you know, 5 POA figures, 3 3/4 seems like a lot. But then again, Super 7, they're $18.99 here.
I was just about to say there's another company with, you know, national distribution inside of big box stores that are charging $17.99 for 5 POA figures. So,
and I don't know about you or your targets in your area, but where I'm at, those Super 7 reaction figures peg warm hard.
There's
on clearance for half price.
There's multiple pegs full of the GI Joe ones.
Yeah,
I would say it's not my target. It's in Green Bay, an hour away. But you
know, look, when the original GI Joe A Real American Hero toy line came out, it was revolutionary in the fact, and it wasn't the first hyper articulated 3 3/4 figure. Mego had done it before, Micronauts and that kind of thing. But following on from the success of Star Wars, that's what attracted children away from Star Wars towards. That's what happened with me anyway, because, you know, the knees could bend and you could sit them in vehicles properly. And then Super 7 comes out and they go back to 5 POA. It's like, that's going against the very essence of what G.I. Joe action figures were always, you know, that was the big selling point of them.
Right.
Was all the articulation.
Kind of like you take a couple of steps back, but you're charging more for it.
Yeah.
Not for me.
For those offices in California.
Not for me. There's been a couple of reaction figures that have really made me go maybe. but still that never pulled the trigger on him. This Beastie Boys thing that's happening though, it's tough. Like it's tough.
Tempting, man.
I'm having a real crisis of conscience about this.
I haven't pulled the trigger, but look,
I haven't either.
If they do ultimates,
No.
I'm gonna be really conflicted over those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm passing on the 5 POA. It's hard. I want that monster 2-pack from the Intergalactic video real bad, but yeah, I haven't done it.
Yeah, if they would do ultimates from the Sabotage video, yeah, that would be very hard to pass up on. Like I said, put me in a real pickle between a rock and a hard place on that one.
Yeah. Look, everyone knows that the three of us, we're just jealous because we've only got 3 points of articulation on the 3 POA podcast.
Well, now that Tony's here, this is actually like the 3 POS. So.
All right. A few super chats and then we can wrap things up.
Yeah.
Because we're a little over time. But
we are.
Yeah, Jerry Gatz, thank you so much, man. He says, I feel like a shithead, but I pre-ordered these out of sheer love for both brands. I'll add a wash, I think he meant to say. I'll add a wash to Daniel Sayer. Odd they didn't include Johnny or Miguel in the first wave. I'm sure it's coming. Like they're not gonna show everything at once. They'll leak it out slow. And like, don't feel bad, man. Like, buy what you like. We're just having fun here. We're just making fun of it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Don't only take 50% of what you hear on this particular stream seriously. And like I have to walk back a statement that I said earlier, statement that I made, which was there is no audience for this. And Jerry Gatz has proven me wrong. So
his profile picture is his profile picture is a power morpher. So there's the audience.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's fine. Our buddy Sam the newsman.
Sam the newsman.
The newsman, Sam, the newsman. He says, Marco.
Marionette.
Oh, man.
Yeah, talking about his ex-wife again. Oof.
Man,
yeah.
I almost wore a pink shirt in solidarity with Sam the newsman on account of those comments on that video, man.
Thank you, Sam.
When your show was live last week, I was at work, but it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I was starting work at 5. So by 9 o'clock, I need to sit down, have a coffee and a bite to eat. So I jumped in about 30 minutes in, and you've got Sam Newsman on there, and I thought I was fucking tripping balls. I was like, what the hell's going on? 3 Muppets on one screen. This is crazy.
The comments were really split after. Like some people like, I don't like puppets. Like this was the best episode ever.
Yeah, that was the thing about the comments, right? About that in that video. Nobody was just like, "Hey, that episode was pretty cool." It was either that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, or it's like this was amazing, best video yet. Like nobody was in the middle about it, man. But hey,
I was a fan of that episode.
Creating controversy. That's what we do here.
Yes. Hella Dope Toys. Thank you so much. He says hella whack. Shout out to Hella Dope Toys. So if you guys haven't seen it, let me say something first, Jeremy, then I'll get to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Shout out to them. They sponsored our 3 POA giveaway, our 2,000 subscriber 1-year anniversary giveaway, which will be on the next episode of 3 POA. And so if you want to find out how to enter that giveaway, check out the last episode of 3 POA, episode 25. Watch that episode and you'll find out how to enter, because we're giving away at least 3 prizes on the next show. And thank you, Hella Dope Toys, for sponsoring it.
Awesome.
And they have also become another retail partner of Valaverse as well. So if you want another place to get your Valaverse Action Force figures, check out Hella Dope Toys. HellaDopeToys.com, where the toys are hella dope. Yeah. And I would like to point out that when they posted that super chat saying hella whack, it's when you had a picture of Chris Cooper, Power Ranger, on the screen.
Yeah, I did see that one come in during the Cobra Kai Power Ranger crossover.
Yeah, that was right before I fell asleep for a moment.
I hate him. All right.
I needed a nap. It's all good.
Top Goon, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I wish Hasbro would remake the Death Trooper for Black Series like what they did with the Stormtrooper. The one we have now is so dated. It's very skinny, right? It's very spindly. The limbs are way too skinny on that Death Trooper. It does need an update for sure. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Top Goon. All right.
Michael says, man up, people. It's a puppet, not a clown. Next thing you're going to tell me about your phobia of cotton balls. Sam Newsman very well may have cotton balls.
True.
Look, Michael, people out there seem to have a phobia of my words about Eternia. Like,
yeah,
you know, and your words as well. People are sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there's a lot of people that didn't know what Bedlam meant after a retro blasting video. I thought that was kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, it was a thing. So yeah.
A World Made of Cardboard. Thank you so much. Tony, to cheer you up, Haley Atwell and Tom Cruise have apparently split up.
It doesn't matter because she's been tainted now. I do not want that midget sloppy seconds.
She has the stink of Scientology about her now.
Oh,
that's Haley Atwell. That's Carter, right? That's her real name.
Yeah,
Okay.
Captain Britain.
Nice.
No, not Captain Britain. Captain. Oh, well, yeah, technically.
Yeah, Captain Britain.
In What If?
That's what they called her, right? Captain Britain? Or Captain
No,
Carter?
they called her Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Because Captain Britain is actually a completely different character. So
yes,
right. He's not in the MCU yet, so who knows what they're going to do?
And it is a he, not a she. But
no. I'm still in negotiations. You know, they're trying to get me to play the character. I'm not happy with the money they're offering at the moment.
Yeah, the royalties just weren't right in the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what it is.
That's why I passed it. Bobby offered me Condor for the Action Force movie, but
Condor's British, you idiot.
What? It's called acting, right? It's called acting, which means
okay, yeah. And in the entire history of acting, no American has ever successfully pulled off a British accent.
Peter Dinklage.
However,
Kevin Costner. Okay.
Kevin Costner from Robin Hood.
Kevin Costner, Prince of Thieves, the best British accent.
He didn't even try a British accent.
When I was
what? When an Englishman can play Superman.
It was so
That's
good.
True.
I thought Kevin Costner was from Jolly Old England. It was so good, so convincing.
Jolly Old England. We should end this show now.
I thought he was from Nottingham himself.
Jeremy, where can everyone find you?
In a dumpster. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Authority Figure Studio. You can find me on Facebook, first name Authority, last name Figure. Hit me up, slide in my DMs. We'll have a convo. You know what I mean? Be lots of fun.
That's creepy.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Everyone knows where to find Tony. Analog Toys everywhere, right? Desert Rat on Instagram.
Yeah, you can find me flushing my head down a toilet for lack of a better idea.
And I'm on Instagram, LaserPants81. Also follow the 3POA podcast on Instagram and Facebook for updates. All those links are in the description below. Thank you so much, everyone. 3POA podcast will be back in a week and a half. Saturday, November 5th or 4th. Something like that. Yeah, the 5th.
7th?
The 5th. Saturday, November 5th. We'll be back, and we are doing a giveaway. So check out episode 25. Learn how to enter that giveaway.
It's our 1-year anniversary.
Yep. All right. Thank you all so much for showing up in the chat. All the super chats. Everyone that just showed up to watch us. We appreciate
everybody.
So much.
I just checked. 209 people here. And that is absolutely fantastic, y'all.
Thanks,
really
guys.
appreciate you. Really appreciate you coming out for this.
If all 209 people just shared a link to the channel and said, "Hey, check these guys out, subscribe," we'd be at 3,000 subs in no time.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. All right.
And our content would be 3,000 times better.
We'd have to start putting effort into it.
Yeah, and something I am not willing to do.
Oh,
like,
you know what would make this show really good is if we actually sat down one week with some Hasbro action figures that we fucking like.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting on you, Hasbro. Waiting on you.
this isn't a us problem.
All right. Well, later, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Later.